Hello, Kirk McDowell here, contributionselling.com. I'm here to answer the question today, what does a sales trainer do? So first and foremost, a sales trainer trains salespeople. So I think what's critical about that is this is the first person in an organization that's going to interact with a salesperson. So let's say it's a sales trainer. Let's say it's a corporate sales trainer for a moment, right? So a salesperson is going to come in and then start to get oriented to the industry, the corporate culture, how the sales team functions, how to interact with the sales manager or the owner, what to do with administration, paperwork and orders and expenses and whatever, right? So that's part of what a sales trainer is going to do is get somebody oriented to their new environment. That's a corporate sales trainer, right? For a new hire, a corporate sales trainer for an existing sales team, right? Probably is going to hopefully probably they're actually following a script and they're just kind of going down the chapters, right? But hopefully they're paying attention to what's wanted and needed in the sales team, right? Some teams are really great at prospecting and not very good at presenting. How do you know that? Great prospecting numbers, great numbers getting presentations, bad numbers, low numbers in conversion into customers, all right? Or maybe some sales teams are great at presenting and closing and terrible at prospecting. How do we know that? Very few new prospects to speak with, but the ones that we get a hold of, we do really well with, right? So you can just a good sales trainer is going to be able to observe a team in action and start to notice where the weak areas are and where the superpowers are, right? So what do I mean by superpowers, right? So let's say your sales team is just incredible closers, man. They just, if the right person walks in or they connect with the right person who actually is in need of something that we offer, this person just does a great job of opening up the conversation and creating the opportunity and making it easy to say yes. And just a lot of people say yes, right? That would be a superpower, right? So two things. You want to get up underneath, as a trainer, you want to get up underneath the superpowers, right? Try to figure out what is special and unique. Where's the talent on the team and where's the talent in each person? I don't mean like where's the good person and the bad persons. I mean, I got a team of 10 people. Where are their superpowers? And how can I get up underneath their superpowers and support their weaknesses? Now, this is a critical strategy point. This is a strategy point for any kind of trainer. I'm a professional trainer. I'm a professional coach. And an important misconception about performance is that a lot of people identify their weakest thing. Like for me, one of my weakest things is being disorganized. Okay. So a lot of people will take that and go, okay, I'm going to spend my time learning how to be organized, right? And then you spend the majority of your time and energy working on something that's not your strength and probably is never going to be. Like I can generate being organized about something specific when it's important to me, but as a general rule, being organized is not really my thing, right? So instead of training myself how to be organized, I just get myself supported around my weakness. I've got Google Calendar on my smartphone, which alerts me to things that are happening every day that are important for me to show up for. I've got a calendar button on my website. When people want to talk to me, I don't just set up appointments willy-nilly. They go through my calendar, so it's always the next day, so I can have time to be present and be oriented, and notebook out in front of me, and people can write down what they want to talk to me about, and I'll be all organized and ready to go and make that time super efficient. Why am I sharing this with you while I'm answering the question, what does a sales trainer do? Well, a sales trainer notices the weaknesses and the strengths of the team, right? And again, supports the weaknesses to the minimum level necessary for performance. I don't need to be a guru on being organized. What I need is a Google Calendar and a calendar button where people can schedule calls with me. I check my calendar every day. I miraculously show up on time to all my calls. It's amazing, right? And I don't need to be a organizational guru to accomplish that. That was just a very simple do this, stop doing that, and stop doing this. And that was basically like 90% of it, a little bit of mindset work, and boom, I'm all good. So I'm sufficiently organized to perform at the level I want to. Now, what are my superpowers? I'm great at connecting with people, connect, doing videos. I have Uber sales experience, so prospecting, presenting, closing, creating opportunities, leading from the front of the room, selling on the phone, selling one-on-one in person. I've done all of that in some measure of quantity and some measure of awards and accomplishments and so forth. Excuse me, I think I'm about to sneeze. Ah, beautiful, sneezing on my videos. Great. So anyway, so one of the things that a trainer is going to do is really start to get organized around what are the strengths of my team. So if I was working with me, if I was a sales trainer and I observed me, right, I would get the organization piece handled to the minimum level while not distracting my superstar from what they're actually superstars at, right? And then I would start getting up underneath if I noticed that guy was a great closer, right? I would, enhance the closing skills, enhance the presentation skills. How can we get them in front of bigger clients? How can we get them in front of a room full of clients, right? Get up underneath the superpower and harness that, because that's where the magic is going to happen. You only deal with the weaknesses to that minimum acceptable level where performance can happen, and then you ride the superpowers, right? It'd be like, I'm gonna do a sports analogy. Some people love them, some people don't. I receive it either way. I got you. But sports analogy, right? If I'm a lean, 6-foot guy, lean, quick, muscular, I'm gonna be a receiver or a defensive back. Quick, fast, agile, use those skills, right? If I'm 300 pounds and not terribly fast, but amazingly strong, then I'll be a lineman, right? Or if I'm, stocky, but really powerful and really fast and maybe a little shorter, then maybe I'm a running back, right? But you don't have the lineman be the receiver, and you don't have the receiver be the defensive lineman, offensive lineman. You don't have the running back, whatever, right? You're not trying to get everybody to do everything exactly the same. You're trying to figure out their superpowers and have them win games for you with their superpowers, right? I led a sales team a few years ago for a client, and the client wanted me to hire everybody who could do exactly the same thing. There's a lot of different machinations. You have to be good at a lot of different things, and it was difficult to impossible to find individuals who could do all of the things we needed them to do and accept the payment that we wanted to pay them, right? In fact, I couldn't, right? But what I did instead is I started really distinguishing what the sales environment needed, right? Prospecting, presenting, this kind of closing, working on the phone, computer work, some creative work. It was an advertising thing. And then so what I did instead was I started organizing all the different functions that need to happen on the sales team. Prospecting, presenting, closing, ad work, whatever, right? And I got like a master prospector, and then I got a master presenter, and then I got a master closer, and I worked out how to have them all work together in concert. And you know what? They supported each other, and they trained each other, and they loved it, and it was a team, and they were killing it, right? I let go of everybody's got to be exactly perfect and good at everything, and I started noticing what does a sales situation need, and what superpowers could be brought to bear for the benefit of the company, prospecting, closing, whatever it was, right? So I was a salesman. I was actually a consultant at the time, right? Playing the role of sales manager, but I was also the sales trainer. I was training every day. Just as situationally, I would hear something and take a few minutes and train and hear something and like that, right? And so that's an example of a sales trainer observing what's wanted and needed for the company and the sales team, and then choosing individuals, that's actually kind of the sales manager, but working with individuals to get up underneath their superpowers and have their superpowers carry the day, right? Many managers do the opposite. They notice something weak about a person and they put all their energy, all their time on the weakness, right? Disastrous results, right? You can just already see where that's going, right? But managers do it all the time. There's, I guess, some book got written a long time ago, find your people's weakest thing and then beat them up until they leave or something, .com, something like that. I don't know what people are thinking, right? But anyway, so sales trainer is someone who is accountable for the performance and the experience of the sales team. Experience? Did you say anything about experience? No, I didn't, but I did now. So you notice people perform better when they're having fun? Just look. I read a study recently that people learn 10 times faster when they're having fun, And while I've always been kind of the fun trainer, I now see it as a matter of integrity. If I'm training and people aren't having fun, I'm literally slowing them down by 10 times, right? So it's like an integrity issue now, right? So I want you to have fun and enjoy this conversation because I want it to be valuable for you. All right, so that's on sales training. I think that's enough. I've got some free training available for you, by the way, contributionselling.com. I'll include the URL in the description, and I hope this has been valuable for you. Until we speak again, go out, be the change you wish to see. Give what you want to get. Knock them alive. Go out there and perform. Be a contribution. Enjoy your life. That's where it all comes from. Talk to you soon.